Welcome to the GETV network.
Today we visit a child care center. Come inside and see.
Is a show, okay? Sorry. Look at this one.
He's the star.
Okay, guys, you ready?
This is Herbie Boyd and I'm interviewing Davette Stevens. And the name of your company is?
Just a Helping Hand, LLC.
And what kind of company is it?
It's an early childhood learning educational program.
And what's the age group?
We start from birth to age 5.
And what kind of activities do they have when they say, actually, when do they start their activities?
Actually, children usually come to my program when they're about 3 months old, and they start the educational process at 3 months old.
Wow. Obviously, this has been a passion of yours.
For a long time. I used to do a lot of things with my church, with the youth group, and I also worked in corporate America. Once my company left the state of Connecticut, I chose that time to actually start and open a home daycare.
Awesome. How about the Build Back Better plan and the COVID programs? Did you benefit from that?
We did benefit from the COVID relief program and the stabilization grants. However, not understanding the process as to how they figured out who was going to get what dollars, the child care industry suffered a lot, and we are still suffering because a lot of parents cannot pay the tuition cost, but yet we're still trying to hold on to our teachers and keep them employed. So we're taking a great loss, and there hasn't been enough money to really help us recover.
Hopefully it'll get better soon. Now with these two new bills that are getting ready to pass, one of them is going to really affect you in a great way. Hopefully, once they stop bickering. Anyway, politics, I don't get into too much.
No, we don't either. So one of the bills I know is the universal pre-K that they want to offer. And I have mixed emotions about that, only because if the private sector of childcare will not be able to benefit from that it's giving it to basically the larger private companies. I just feel a lot of the smaller centers in the city of Stamford, the state of Connecticut, would not really benefit as much as the larger ones will.
Now, what about goals? You have any goals that you set for your business?
For the business, we set goals quarterly. One of the biggest things that we're working on now is to get all our teachers CDA certified, which is a degree that specializes in early childhood education. We were awarded a grant where we were able to use money for staff, and that was one of the big expenses that we pushed for, to get every teacher CDA certified.
Right.
So that usually takes 9 months. Our teachers are going really hard, and they're, going through the classes, faster than normal because they want to be certified. They want to be able to stand out in this area of childcare.
Especially with everything that's going on in the world today. People want security with their children.
Correct.
And if the person is educated enough to, fulfill all your needs and being safe and secure. Sounds great, but this is all state tested?
It is all state tested. Once they get that certification, they could take it anywhere in the U.S., but they will stay here with us.
Now, bilingual, do you have any bilingual teachers?
Yes, each of my programs have bilingual teachers because we do offer Spanish learning. So that is a big plus that I am very proud of, that we did incorporate several Spanish speaking teachers to our program.
Now, your interaction with parents is probably a lot as well. They all want a report on how their child is doing. I have a granddaughter that I take back and forth to school, so it's a lot of fun. I haven't done it in a while, so it's challenging.
Well, since COVID, it's been a little difficult to have our one-on-one communication that
Right.
we had in the past.
Mhm.
So a lot of it is either virtual or through our different software programs where we're able to send teachers send parents information via our apps, and we also do a lot of communication through our payment processing system. But we do miss the interaction with the parents, but we try to keep them informed as much as possible.
Now, through the apps and because of COVID, you really can't have too much conversation with a parent. I noticed that myself, just hiding by and everyone's wearing a mask.
Yes,
And that's everywhere, which I don't have a problem with. I mean, it keeps everyone safe.
correct.
Because children have been getting COVID as well. So we definitely, I mean, no one can come in my house, even if they're vaccinated, they still have to wear a mask. They still have to wear a mask,
Mhm.
even though they are vaccinated, because I have a child in the house that's not vaccinated.
Right.
So everything's still the same, nothing's changed.
Yes, and we pride ourselves in, even though our parents cannot come into our centers, we do keep the lines of communication open. So even though we no longer have the open door policy, we do have the open phone policy for them to call us at any
Okay.
time, whether they speak to one of the directors at the program or if they need to reach me directly, our phones are always open to them.
So basically all your progress because of the internet and because of COVID, I mean, it's done through the apps.
Correct.
Okay, cool. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different way of living. In our field, we like our parents to be a part of our team so that we're taking care of the whole child. So when a child goes home, they're on the same page as when they're in school. So with COVID, it's made it a little difficult, but we're working through it so that we make sure that the whole child is taken care of.
Now, how do you deal with food allergies?
So food allergies, we are a nut-free environment, so no child is allowed to bring in anything that contains nuts. Each program that I have, the parents bring in the meals for the child, so they know their child allergies, and the teachers as well know what child is allergic to what.
So it's obviously it's your passion, and you speak from the heart, as you say. So how many children do you have in each? Oh, actually, how many places do you have?
So we currently have 5 locations that I'm personally involved with. 2 I own, 3 I own by myself, and then I have 2 others. One I'm partnering with someone here in Stanford, and the 5th and newest one is a program that I'm helping my son and my stepdaughter open and run. And actually they just got their license 2 weeks ago, and Monday was their grand opening.
Wow, it's in Stanford?
Here in Stanford on Newfield Avenue.
So how many altogether you have in Stanford?
5,
Wow,
yes.
God bless you. That's awesome. They need you. Somebody's got to do it.
The need is definitely there. Our hopes would one day be where we could, if not combine our 5 centers, or have another property where we can care for more children and not have because right now our groups are broken up. One location has 32 children. The second one has 25 children. So there are different numbers based on the capacity of the building space, but it would be so nice to be able to house, 100 children in one location, and we take care of that child from birth to 5, send them off to school.
Wow, that's something we never had. I mean, that early anyway.
And people fail to realize how important early childhood education is. Everybody thinks learning really starts when they start kindergarten, but learning starts way before that.
Well, you don't want to send your child to, say, a kindergarten and everyone's way ahead of them.
Correct. And we find that a lot of children, whether they be bilingual or the lower income families, they tend to just stay home with whomever is available, and that is my mission, to service low income families. So I'm already at a disadvantage because I work with families that already can't afford it, and then they can't afford what they can't afford. So the business is always taking a hit, but that child is still here learning, even though we're trying to find ways to make, payroll, to pay rent, things of that nature. The need is there. The need is great.
Wow, God bless you in all you do. Now, discipline. I know discipline can be a challenge, probably more than anything else when it comes to children.
To a degree, of course we have children with learning disabilities, so sometimes people take that as a behavioral issue when it's really not. And our teachers do trainings every month, so we are aware of those things. We have a discipline policy that just says we redirect the child. We confirm an action and we want them to correct it. But at this birth to 5, it's not a discipline where you put them in timeout, because a child doesn't know what timeout is or the real meaning of it. So we walk through steps to actually explain what's happening, and then we redirect them to a different action or to a different situation, because they don't really understand me separating you from the group to think about what. They don't know what they're really thinking about. So it's more communicating what's happening and to correct the behavior.
Communication is huge when it comes to the child. They absorb so much. They emulate you. You gotta be careful what you do and say in front of them. And, I mean, I got caught a couple of times. Not only that, you can't watch the same TV program. As soon as they walk in the room, that TV program is off.
Yes, and I pride myself, our programs, we do not have screen time or TV time. Some programs you go into and they watch a half an hour of TV. Not that it's bad, because normally it is an educational program that they are watching, but a lot of times the impression a parent can get when they walk into a program and see a big screen is that that's what they do all day. So in our programs, we don't have the TV. We actually go through every example or every learning activities, and we allow it to be hands-on, because they're able to watch those educational shows at home, or they can watch regular TV at home, but they're 8 hours, some children 9 hours that they're with us. They do not have TV.
Now, with broadband, do you have any problems with parents not having broadband?
Our age group, we really don't, because we don't give like homework or things that need the computer or things of that nature. All the homework we send home with our preschoolers is things that they interact with their parent with, and then them learning how to write.
But probably not in this area we would have broadband problems.
No.
That's just a question. Because
No.
we know certain areas they suffer. I heard stories of people have to go to McDonald's in order to get
To do
Wi-Fi.
homework, yeah. We've known families in our program where their older children are in, the public schools, and when the whole pandemic happened, they did not have the access to join their classrooms because they didn't have adequate
Right.
Wi-Fi.
But mostly poor neighborhoods.
Correct, correct. And that's my area of focus, so yes.
Well, you would know more than anybody
Yes.
else. So you deal with a lot of people who have and have not.
Correct.
All you can do is just pray for people and hope for the best.
And we use whatever resources we could find for just about everything from diapers, formula, Wi-Fi. You know, we open up our building, you know, on the weekends for families that need to do things, and, you know, we care for their children for a couple of hours, but just so that they're able to have a work balance life.
Time to themselves.
Yeah, and able to do things so that
Wow.
they're good for their families.
That's awesome. I mean, that's like a built-in babysitter.
Yeah, we don't want parents to abuse it, but we want them to know that we are here for them, because a lot of our households are single parent households. So we know there are times where that single parent has to do something and just cannot take everyone with them.
Even single parent from a toddler to kindergarten.
Yes.
Wow. What percentage would you say that was?
From our programs, 96%.
Are single women or single dads?
Yeah,
Either or.
yes. And it's a high ratio because, again, my key focus is on the low income families, and that's who I want to educate. So not to say that we don't have other children in our program that pay full rate. The children never know who's discounted. The teachers don't know what child is not able to afford our fees.
That's awesome.
Everybody's getting the same education.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no friction.
No frictions at all.
That's beautiful.
Everybody gets the same
That's a
education.
beautiful move. I really respect that. Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, Davette, I am so proud of you.
Thank
And
you.
what you're doing, what you've done, what you're about to do. And God bless you in everything that you do.
Thank you so much.
This is Herbie Herb with GETV.
My name is Davette Stevens, and this is GETV.